Alright everyone, what is going on? It is Voodoo51292 here, and this is a midweek update. Today is Thursday, August 14th of 2014, and I know this is kind of a weird perspective for you guys because I'm doing this in first person, which you're not used to, but it will make sense to you once I explain the reason why I'm making this video, and I need to show you some things, and so that's why I'm doing it first person. So I am announcing right now that I'm going to be taking a break from doing gameplay for the rest of this week and most likely all of next week. And you know, as you guys know, I haven't had anything new that I, have been playing this week or was planning to play next week. This week I've been doing Fallout 3 DLC. I finished Point Lookout and also played all of Mothership Zeta. I was planning on taking yesterday off of playing games anyway, because I had some stuff to do, but sort of a development happened that I'm going to be sort of a project that I'm going to be working on for the next, definitely for the rest of this week, and I got stuff going on next week. And since there's nothing new to play, I was going to have to basically search for stuff to play next week anyway, sort of play something that I know no one would care about, nobody would be interested in seeing. The DLC from this week hasn't done well at all, which I kind of knew going in, but so it's not really that big of a deal, all right? But here's basically the project that's going on. So I'm going to pan the camera here to this far wall, and you're going to see random paint on my wall. So as you guys may have remembered, I've been talking about the fact that I was planning on redoing my room. Basically repainting the room, redecorating the room, packing up a bunch of my older kids stuff that I still have all over the walls. As you can see, I still have a bunch of kids trophies, some stuffed animals on my dresser. I've got a bunch of books here on the dresser that are here that I don't read and are just kind of taking up space. As you can see, back here is a colossal mess. I will turn the light on and you'll see this is the area. I don't use it in my room. Excuse me. So this has just become the area where I've just thrown a bunch of shit that I don't need. So all the way in the back you've got like my old guitars and my amp that I don't play. A lot of that other stuff you see is old school books that I don't know what to do with. My big telescope is here. A joystick. So back here is all a bunch of just crap is just piled back here. It's a mess. Over here, more trophies, and my high school diploma, even though I have my college diploma. So I'm redoing the room, all right, and it's basically going to be taking place over the course of the next week and a half. And at the beginning of this week, I didn't know that I would be doing all this week, but it sort of just came up. And we went out and we got some paint samples, as you can see, and I have painted them on my wall. So what you're seeing here is the dark blue color underneath is the two options that I had for painting. I'm basically going to repaint it the same way it's painted now, with a dark color on the bottom and then a light color on top. And I wanted to go with sort of a blue theme because I like the colors, and I think that it will give the room sort of a cooler feel. And when I say cooler, I mean temperature-wise, because this room can get very hot. I have an attic off of my room that heats up to whatever temperature it is outside. Since we're in South Louisiana in August, it's about, the attic's about 95 degrees, and it's right next to my room. So if I don't have the air conditioner pumping, my room can get really hot. And so I kind of wanted a cooler color to sort of give the room a more cool feel, so that maybe it wouldn't feel as hot, because color can do that kind of stuff. So two options for the bottom, dark blue, and then we had we picked three other options that could go on top. We've got sort of a baby blue on the left, a gray in the middle, and sort of a bright seafoam, it's not green, but sort of a seafoam bluish color on the right. And after painting them on the walls last night and looking at them, I've decided that the scheme I'm going to go with is I'm going to have this color on bottom. Alright, this is a sort of a dark royal blue with this sort of seafoam blue on top. So these are the two colors that I'm going to be painting the room, alright? And we're going to be painting my room over the course of tomorrow and the weekend, alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to, like I said, we're going to paint where the dark green is now is going to be dark blue, that royal color, maybe a little higher up, because we're also doing away with this border, alright? This border is going to be covered up. This little, you know, kid sports border. It's not going to be able to come off the wall, so what we're going to do is we are going to put up something that they call a chair rail. And it's basically just this, it's a wooden strip with, you know, accents on it and such that runs across the room to separate the two colors. So instead of a border, we're going to have a wooden chair rail. And we're going to run the chair rail along where the top of this border is, because if not, if we just paint right over this, you're going to see a line in the paint going all around the room where this border is. So we're going to put the chair rail covering the top of this border all over the room, and below that rail is going to be the royal blue color. So that's why, you know, it might actually wind up coming up higher than where this green is. And then the top, where you see this peach color, the top and all on the ceilings here is going to be that seafoam blue, alright? So that's how the room is going to be painted. The problem is that I have a ton of work to do, mostly that I need to do today, because we're starting the preparations to paint tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be taping everything. We're going to be taping, you know, around these doors and windows and floorboards and all that. We have to move this furniture right away from the walls so that we can get to the walls to paint, including, you know, my desk, you know, dual monitor setup, my bed. All this has got to be moved away from the walls, and we're hoping to put on a coat of primer paint, which is sort of this special white paint that you lay down as the first coat before your actual colors, because it will help to sort of cover up, like, mainly we're doing it for this dark green because it's a very dark color, and the border we're going to be painting primer to sort of cover that up, so that when we put the actual color down, it won't, you know, it'll actually cover the paint. So all that's going to be done tomorrow, and then Saturday and Sunday is going to be days where we actually paint. Saturday we're going to do one coat of paint, and then we are going to do, sorry, it's my dad calling. I called him earlier, but I don't need him anymore, so anyway. So Saturday's the first coat, Sunday's the first coat. And what it means, though, is that the work I've got to do to prep this means that I have to clean mostly this whole room today. Alright? What does that entail? It means, first of all, taking all this stuff that you see off the top of the furniture. So all this stuff on top of the dresser's got to go. All the stuff on top of that bedside table over there has got to go. I think I might leave the monitors on this table because I don't think that's going to be a big deal. And the TV will stay on this tray, but the dresser and the nightstand, that's all got to go. These shelves that you see up there, this shelf, those corner shelves, that painting, that shelf, that hat rack, everything you see on the walls, paintings, posters, all that's got to come off. Everything's got to come off this shelf. The shelf has to be removed. The only two shelves we're keeping are these two. All right. This shelf is going away. The corner shelves are gone. That shelf is gone, and that hat rack is going to be gone. So that's all being removed. But regardless, it's all got to come off the. Oh, excuse me. I'll take a drink here. Getting dry throat. Alright, sorry about that. All that's got to come off the walls. In addition, when you see like these plates here, these electrical plates covering sockets, those have all got to come out of the wall. Alright? So, in addition to all that, you see all this junk all over my floor that I talked about back here, all the stuff here. I gotta wash clothes, by the way. I have a lot of dirty clothes. But even my gaming PC that's down there, all this stuff, or at least most of this stuff, including this whole mess of my gaming consoles and all that, this has all got to go. This has all got to get out of my room. I have to pick all the stuff up off the floor, and I have to move it all into... I have 2 more bedrooms, guest bedrooms in my house that are down the hall upstairs. I got to move all this stuff into those bedrooms, alright? Because it needs to get off the floor. We have to have room to walk. We have to be able to get to the walls. We don't want paint dripping on anything, even though we're going to be putting down cloths and stuff. We still don't want an accident to happen where if paint if paint falls, it's going to fall on something important. So that's all got to get picked up and moved out of here, including all the stuff on top of, you know, the other 2 bedrooms are going to be a mess with all my stuff. In addition to that, on my ceiling, keep in mind that this was originally my 2 sisters' room when they lived with me a long time ago. They're both quite a bit older than me, and they've moved out on their own a long time ago, and that's when I moved into this room. But when they owned this room, one of them put up these glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling, and these have been on here since I moved into this room like 10 years ago, and I've just never taken them off. But now they're going. They're officially going. No more glow-in-the-dark stars. It's kind of a classic, you know, people who, my friends and all, it's kind of a joke. A running joke is the glowing stars on my ceiling, but they're gone, unfortunately. So I got to get up on the ceiling, and that's right, I have to take off manually every one of these stars on my ceiling. And I can't reach the ceilings just standing here. So some of these are in tough places, and I got to find some way, something to stand on, or whatever, to get up here and remove all of these stars. So that's got to happen. So all this has got to happen between today and mostly today, because tomorrow we have to go out, we have to buy the paint, we have to come back, we have to tape everything. It's going to be a lot of work. So basically, 2 reasons I can't do gameplay certainly this weekend. Number 1, I won't have anything in my room. I won't have my consoles, I won't have my computer, I won't have anything in here. So I can't do it. Plus, I don't have time. I'm going to be in here working all week. I'm going to be painting, moving stuff. It's going to be work all from now all the way through the weekend, right? So I don't have the time, nor do I have the equipment that's going to be in this room to do my recording. In fact, I'm not even going to be able to stay in my room, sleep in my own room, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday night, because there's going to be wet paint in here. It's going to have fumes and all that stuff, and so I'm not going to really be able to even sleep in my own room. I'm going to have to sleep in a room down the hall. So that's kind of the deal. Then next week, Monday and Tuesday of next week, I have orientation for school. And it's Monday and Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days. It's gonna suck, and I don't know, I have to wear a freaking shirt and tie and all this stuff for it. It's gonna really suck, and it's really kind of aggravating because I'm going to graduate school, right? I'm 22. How many times have I been to school? You know, to have to oh, excuse me, to have to go through 2 straight 8-hour orientation days at this point in my educational career just sucks, and I'm really not looking forward to it. But whatever, I gotta do it. So the biggest thing is once the room is painted, then comes the task of moving all this stuff back into the room. Moving this stuff out is relatively not going to be that hard. You know, it's just pick up stuff and move it. Moving stuff back in is going to be more complicated because that's when I have to make a decision, all right? Or make a lot of decisions. What do I want to even bring back into the room? See, like all this stuff that's up there that I'm moving, it's going to be all packed away. It's not coming back to be displayed in the room. So when it's all moved out, that's when I have to, when I have time, I have to sit there, I have to pack stuff up in those other rooms that I'm not bringing back. I have to figure out what's coming back in the room, move it all back, clean all this up, and then I have to go through and start cleaning out this dresser and my nightstand and my closet, because like, this dresser is so jam-packed of old clothes that don't fit me anymore that I can barely even put my current wardrobe in there. Like, it doesn't even fit. Like, I went to the store like last month and bought a bunch of new pairs of shorts. I can't even fit them in there. There's no room to put them because it's just, the drawers are completely stocked full of old clothes that I've never gotten rid of. So I need to go through, you know, pack all that up, and I guess donate it to Goodwill or something because I don't have any use for it. So I have a lot of work ahead of me. And again, next week, Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to be at orientation all day. I don't know if I'm going to have any energy when I come home from that to actually do any work in here. You know, so the idea is, the goal is anyway, that by not this upcoming week, but the week after, I'll be all back in here set up, ready to go, and we'll be set up, and we can record when the next Dark Souls 2 Crown of the Old Iron King, that DLC, when it comes out in a week from this upcoming Tuesday. Alright, that's the week I start school, and it's when the DLC comes out that I'm recording. So I really need to be back up in here set up by that week, the week of the 25th. That Monday's the 25th. So no more gameplay this week, and probably none next week, but what you're going to see, hopefully, is you're going to see vlogs. You're going to see nightly vlogs of the room and the progress that we're making. So more or less what I mean by that is, starting tonight on the 14th, once I do a bunch of work for the day, I'm going to come back tonight and film another vlog and show you guys what the room looks like once I have cleared, you know, most of this stuff out. And, you know, I've taken stuff off my walls and whatever. The two big BioShock posters that were here, the one over here of Columbia actually got ruined when I wasn't home one time. It's kind of a long story, I won't tell it, but it got ruined. I need to replace it, and this one, the Rapture poster, I've already taken down so we could test the colors on the wall. And what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to have them properly framed, alright? And once they're actually framed, I'm going to hang them back up. I want to get a frame for this poster as well. This is a poster that Brandon got me, either for, I think it was for Christmas. I want to frame that up properly and maybe put it over here on this wall, because this poster is going to come down. It's been on my wall for since 2007 when the poster is dated, and you know, it's sort of old and crinkly and needs to come down, so I might move the Would You Kindly poster over here. This Dachshund painting is going to stay up there. This high school diploma is going to be replaced with my college one, which is much, much bigger. Like I said, that shelf is coming down, and all that. So it's going to look different. And so, you know, tonight, once I've done some work, I'm going to shoot another video, and then every night, you know, tomorrow night I'm going to come back and show you. It's going to be like white. All my walls are going to be white tomorrow night because they're going to have primer on it. And then every night I'll kind of do a vlog and show you guys how the room is progressing. So that's the content you're going to see over the next sort of, you know, over this weekend and next week. I'm probably going to start a new playlist, a new series, more or less, for those videos. It's going to be called like Room Renovation 2014 or something like that. I'll be making a playlist for it and putting all the vlogs I shoot in that playlist so that you can kind of watch the videos in order and see every day how the room progresses, how it progresses. And then the goal is that the final video of that playlist is going to be the official room tour. I talked about it earlier this summer. I wanted to do it, but then I figured I was going to renovate the room, So I figured I'd wait until it was all done to tour the room. So the idea is that I'll have sort of daily vlogs of how the room's coming, and then the final video in that playlist is going to be the official bedroom tour where I'm going to be living the next 4 years, where I will do a complete walkthrough of the new renovated bedroom, show you all the new decorations, the frame stuff on the walls, and all that kind of good stuff. So that's sort of the idea. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoy that content instead of me just picking a random game that probably nobody's going to be interested in anyway to play this next week and a half. Usually people like my vlogs more than my gameplay anyway, so hopefully you'll enjoy this series. And I gotta go because I got a lot of work I gotta get started on. It's already late in the day. I overslept, and now I need to hurry up and start working and get this stuff done so that tomorrow we can start the painting. So thank you guys. Also, by the way, just little plug in case you didn't see it or notice, I did beat Point Lookout and the entire Mothership Zeta DLC for Fallout 3 this week, and it's all up on YouTube now. So if you do want to go see my newest gameplay, that's what it is. It's up in the Fallout 3 DLC playlist. And that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys later tonight with vlog number 1 of the Room Renovation 2014 series, where I show you how much of this I've cleaned out, and you can sort of see the process begin. So thank you guys very much. I'm Voodoo, and I gotta get to work. See you later.